there's some shit that I could take accountability for, right? Which he was right about. Taking accountability for giving a whole shit up front. We should have never did that. That was mistake number one. Taking accountability for agreeing to a very horrible, high-level deal memo and agreement that she was supposed to do. That's another mistake that we made. The third mistake we made was using her background and the way that she carried herself in the general public as a form of trust. Because we didn't fucking know her, right? So, I mean, I could say that those were the mistakes made. But all of these was mistakes that I had to learn from and take as lessons to get where the fuck I'm at. As far as her paying for radio and PR, she didn't have to pay for any of that. I want to see a breakdown if she did. I still have yet to receive a breakdown. Now, I paid for those things separately. She was supposed to be the missing piece to everything that I was already doing. I'm a motherfucker from, Boston, Massachusetts, Worcester, Massachusetts, you know what I'm saying? And, I found me an investor, a business partner who was willing to spend the bread on behalf of me because he believed in me. So I wasn't this artist, this naive-ass artist where Wax said some shit like, or somebody else said some shit like the artist is supposed to be the artist. He's not even supposed to be in the business, but that didn't apply to me, though. I was learning the business. I wanted to learn the business. I didn't want to just be the artist to sit down. I wanted my hand in the shit. Like, I wanted to understand it. You know what I mean? So right around the time I worked with Karen, I dropped this storytelling record called Ross Cappuccino. Now, this was the first record that got Eminem's attention. So, I didn't need clarity on whether or not she thought the song was good or not. I just needed her to do her fucking job, which is the shit that she said she was capable of doing. I say that because she had an opinion of the record in which she says nobody cared about a white boy being shot. That's what she said. But I wasn't looking for her to give me that information. I just wanted her to do what she said she was going to do, which was marketing services, PR, putting me in the right rooms with the right people to build the right relationships, and none of that shit happened. Was it mismanaged? Absolutely. Let's talk about let's talk about the manager possibly stealing some of the money and keeping it on the hush. Again, there was no kickback. I'm going to clarify that. There was no kickback. The indie label / investor was the cat that put up the bread. So he wasn't putting up $60K to get kickback. That makes no sense. So we paid for PR separately. I paid for radio separately. Radio wasn't D and Shadow. I made a mistake of saying them. We went to them, but we didn't end up using them. The cat that we actually used, his name was Eric Parlin. Now, I paid for social media separately. I paid for everything separately, and everything that was outlined in her agreement about social media services. My current manager now, who's actually on the call, he's the one that stepped in and he did that shit. That's how I started fucking with him through that. And it wasn't Karen. She didn't do any of that. I paid someone separate to handle that. So everything she said about where the money actually went was cap. She can't provide any documents or proof of her actually making those payments neither. So I was trying to figure this shit out on my own. I'm learning the game coming up as an artist, and I wasn't the nigga you could just tell to shut up and stay out the business. Like, that was important for me to understand the business and also have my hand in it. But there's a ton of people I need people to understand. There's a ton of people beside myself that has been in these rooms that can tell you that Karen didn't do very good business with them. So there's no way that everybody's lying. You know what I'm saying? I think that she's in a position where she can do a lot of good for the industry, and I'm sure that she already had. But I truly believe that she's done wrong by a lot of people. I don't think that she's done wrong by everybody. I think that she's done some right and she's done some wrong. I think it's mixed. You know what I mean? I think that she got to take accountability for somebody that's in her position. I think providing proper receipts and reports of where the money was actually going, that was her responsibility. She didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So let me address me spending $500,000 before we got to that.
That was my question, Joyner.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. I'm going to cover all this shit. That was spent on music videos, recording, producer fees, PR person I hired, radio. We spent a lot of money on a lot of shit, things that we needed. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of this shit was inflated prices because remember we this is the first rodeo and motherfuckers knew that, so they were taking advantage of us, charging us crazy ass bread because we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. We were trying to figure it out, which is why we hired consultants. So, you know, we spent hundreds. Is Wack got something to say? He want to talk?
No. You on the right track. I just like it was a lot of people like shit you saying that I kept telling them, this is the music business. This is how it go until you figure it out.
Oh, 100, nigga. 100%. You right. With all that shit you saying, you right. These are things, again, this come with the shit. Nigga, you take your lumps, you get fucked, you get robbed. You know, it happens. You feel me? But I never forget the motherfuckers who did rob me. I never forgot the motherfuckers who did do me dirty. And now, 7 years later, and I'm successful. You know, I'm well off. I'm rich. I'm Grammy nominated. Life is good. My mom's is retired. I'm fucking living the American dream. Now I feel like I got to double back. And I got to come back and I got to say some shit. A lot of people wonder, why you wait until such and such happened and then you say something? I've been saying shit. I've been popping my shit. I just wait and I take it as, I ain't going to hold you. I take it as an opportunity. Every time somebody throw her ass under the bus, I absolutely jump on that train. Like, yeah, nigga, like, I love that shit. I don't fuck with people that do bad business, bro. I don't like that shit. Like, anyway, so music videos, recording, producer fees, PR, radio. You know, I spent hundreds and thousands of dollars on advertisement, which ultimately led to me popping off. You know, the Facebook social media services on the first page of the agreement, Karen did not do. She didn't do anything that was outlined in that memo. So when I said that I had spent that $500,000 and that was my last, you feel me? Like, that was literally, my investor was frustrated. You know what I'm saying? So we got to a place where we done already spent so much money to Karen shit. You know what I mean? I didn't know she was going to do that. Sky Zoo didn't know she was going to do that. Motherfuckers didn't know she was going to do that. Like I said, she did some good business and she did some bad business.
And just so you know, like, I'm Joyner's manager, and so at that time I was running everything on the social side. So I witnessed all of this happen and take place. Right? So I was a witness to all of it taking place, but I wasn't managing Joyner, so I didn't really, you know, I had to say so of any of it. You know what I mean? I was just watching. As far as the Facebook shit, like, the first page of that agreement was all Facebook. She didn't do anything on Facebook. And Joyner got 1 million followers on Facebook that same year, and we did it with advertising. We spent over $250,000 doing that shit. And we got receipts for
right. Sound about right. So Joyner, this Sean dude, who was he then? That's your investor?
Correct. Yeah, that was the investor. And basically Joyner was his own manager. He was an artist and he was his own manager. And he was trying to pick out the right pieces for his team.
So he was destined to crash before he learned doing that. So Sean was the manager.
Nah. Joyner was his manager. Yeah, he was the investor.
Who was Sean the investor?
Sean was the investor.
Sean was the investor. Gotcha. Joyner was his artist and his own manager, essentially, right? Because he was picking all the people. He was like, yo,
so everything makes sense then. Why it happened?
Right. So Jordan, continue. You're muted out, Joyner. He probably still getting used to
shit, my fault.
There you go.
Again, I said, yeah, you Wack, like you said, like, nigga, I'm not naive. I knew, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was gonna crash. I knew that certain people weren't gonna do what the fuck they said they were supposed to do. I knew that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew it wasn't gonna be all candy cane and rainbows and motherfuckers. I knew that. You know, and it wasn't like, you know, we was hush hush about having money. It was like, yo, we got the budgets, like, let's do X, Y, and Z. So certain motherfuckers was like, word, you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, I want 60,000. No, I want this, and I want, you know, and we paid it. Like, fuck, how much you want? Boom. All right, well, you know, so again, these are mistakes that we made. You feel me? Showing our hands, you know, all kind of shit. But that don't mean that I don't got a right to feel some type of way. You know what I mean? Like, I still feel like I got a right to feel some type of way, 100%.
This is my thing. Why didn't you?
Hold up, I gotta get White Heat up here. I gotta get White Heat, my bro, up here.
So why didn't your investor go pursue a 60? Y'all had a contract, right? I presume y'all had a contract. But what she was supposed to do and provide, right? So you got your man down here that's managing now. It's easy to track what was done, what wasn't done. So why didn't he just go pursue his 60 back?
Because it was going to cost money to do that, and he didn't want to do that.
So it makes sense, huh?
And he didn't want to do that. It was going to cost more money to do that, and then it wasn't guaranteed that.
Hold on, and then Joyner had to worry about someone badmouthing him in the game when he's not even in the game.
Exactly. I didn't want that. I was afraid of that because again, you know, you hear stories of that. You know what I mean? Motherfucking powerful people, you know, blackballing motherfuckers and shit. I wasn't even in the game. I was afraid of, you know, I didn't know how this shit worked. I know how this shit worked now. I didn't know how it worked before. So I wasn't even trying to play with that fire. You feel me?
I'm gonna be real, like, I don't know what she had y'all thinking, but Karen ain't never controlled no buildings, bro. Never. She ain't never.
Did anybody on the stage give me her job title? Anybody that's 100 motherfuckers on the stage? Does anybody know her job title?
She ain't never controlled no buildings. Social media influencer.
Right. So check. Joyner didn't go to her for a record deal though. He didn't go to her saying, "Yo,
no." What I'm saying is, like, she ain't no, like, what she gonna block? What she gonna stop?
Yo, so hold on. So
the relationship thing, bro. Like I just didn't know. I didn't know if she was gonna utilize her relationships to stop certain radio shit we were trying to do or stop certain. I don't know.
Nah, she ain't.
I didn't know how. I
didn't
know that. I didn't know that.
Yo, and you also talking 2015.
She don't. Yeah, well, bro, she don't. She has never controlled radio. She's never controlled what artists work with who. She ain't never controlled the motherfucking awards.
Blogs. I even see to this day certain blogs her have control over a lot of different blogs. Like I know that for a fact. That was another thing I was afraid of. You feel me?
I mean, but you know, good publicity, bad publicity. If your name being talked about, ain't nothing wrong with it. You know that.
Yeah, but when you got 5,000 followers whacking, you ain't shit, bro. It's not like this, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, you a peewee. Like, motherfuckers looking at me like, who the fuck is, you know what I mean? Like, I was nowhere near, you know, anywhere towards on. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm a small fish in a big ass ocean full of sharks, bro. I don't know nothing, nigga. At this point, I'm like, shit. I'm just, I don't know. But that's why we didn't sue her, huh?
You know, you say you from Boston, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can I ask you I'm just curious, right? If you feel like you was facing that, you got one of the most influential motherfuckers out of Boston. Why you just didn't reach to him?
Who?
There's only one nigga come out of Boston, bro. That we all
Zeno, nigga.
Yeah. So why you didn't reach to Benzino? Because ain't no way around that at that point. I'm just wondering, like, y'all.
I don't have a relationship with Benzino. I don't know Benzino personally, and I ain't into reaching out to certain people to fight battles for me. I just gotta figure this shit out on my own. That's how I look at it.
So, okay. You took the long way around. All right.
100. Yeah.
Hey, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick reset. I want to thank y'all for joining us. Man, Joyner Lucas is here, but again, hit that greenhouse at the top. Make sure you follow your moderators, man. Go ahead and share this conversation on Twitter. Also, on Instagram and everything. Let's go ahead and get this story out there, man, for the people here.
Yeah, I want to put it out there for everybody that's not comfortable. This shit is being recorded again. So if you don't want to be recorded, there are all these little shit, leave quietly, because you already know what the shit here for. So that's a disclaimer for everybody that's on the stage and that's speaking.
So I think, Joyner, this is my question. So I think the real question is, what outcome do you want? Because we see a little bit of everybody got an issue with her when it comes to money. Can somebody use that mic? When it comes to giving her money and her not doing what she said she was going to do, I mean, what could be the outcome? Because for me, you was on the stage yesterday, I said she needs to give you your fucking money back and some type of free service on top of that.
So in my opinion, number one, she's not about to give me no money back. We know that. And number two, I don't really think there's anything that she could do for me at this point. That's just me being honest. I don't think there's nothing that she can do for me that I can't do for myself.
Yeah, they already don't want to spend the money to fight in court, so that ain't gonna happen.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to do that. she's not just going to come say, hey, here you go, take this back. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
I'm not looking for a refund. It is what it is, right? I'm just saying.
So I guess your whole mission was to expose her to what she allegedly did, the money she locked up on. That was your mission.
Yo, it was like beating up a bully, bro, that he's just bullied the shit out of you when you was little, and then you just got big, and then you just got swole up, and then you just ran into that motherfucker one day and you just beat the shit out of him. That's how I felt. Like it was like one of those. It was one of those. And I'm not insinuating hitting a woman or nothing like that. I'm just saying like it was like
your
that.
way to fight back, huh?
That was that was
like
my
you
way.
Thought I wasn't gonna be shit. It was just you thought I wasn't gonna be shit, and you know.
I know that's the only reason. I know that's the only reason why she did that though, is because she knew of the situation, and she honestly, I mean, she sat in the clubhouse yesterday and was like, "Oh, she's like, oh, you think I would do that to a nigga as lyrical as you that's going places? Shut up, bro. Shut up, my nigga. That's not the energy I got from her when she was fucking with us. Like." After she got the bread, her energy wasn't that. Her energy was different. You know what I'm saying? It was like that energy where it's like
she was there for the bag. She
right.
got the bag, and as soon as she got the bag, it was like, all right, you know,
listen,
you and that's
fucking weirdos put me out. I'm about to say, hey, y'all have a ball. I'm out this bitch. Y'all have a good night.
Sometimes in this business, you may burn a bridge that you might need to cross again. And just sometimes you can't. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't gonna say no names. I have artists that I passed on, and they took the shit personal. Got a little buzz later on, and like my nigga, it wasn't personal. I just passed on you, my nigga. Like shit, I didn't tell you to stop. I didn't tell you to stop doing what you were doing. I passed on you for whatever reason. It could have been I just simply didn't have a budget. Could have been out. Had, you know, some like right now I got 4 albums I gotta put out. And they come to me talking about signing me now, nigga, you gonna be in line to at least top the second quarter for sure. If it ain't the bottom of the second quarter, you willing to hang around and do that or go out on your own and do what you do? Because I can't give you no time and attention. You know, we pass on shit for certain reasons. And then some shit just a hustle. Because you don't nobody know who the next one gonna be, if you gonna pop off. You know, you never know. Some motherfuckers is playing for the day. They ain't thinking about tomorrow. But once again, like I've been telling the room, and think you know, Joyner, that's the motherfucking music business. Period.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you learn that. You know what I mean? Like, I've been through it. I've been through way worse shit than that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I already know. Like, you know, I've been signed. You know what I mean? I witnessed a whole bunch of fuck shit, you know, within the, you know, record label business. And, you know, I've been in the game for, you know, a couple years. And again, I'm very in tune with the business side. I'm not just the rapper that's going to rap. I want to know what's going on. I need to understand what certain things mean. I need to know what that I'm reading contracts. Like I need to know, you know, that's me. I'm not the nigga that's just going to shut up and rap. So
Joyner, I got a question for you, sweetheart.
What's up, baby?
If you don't have to explain and go into detail. Do you want to talk about the Gucci Poochie situation?
Yo, that shit, it was a weird phone call that I got. Right? Super weird. It was right after the whole Cameron shit. After Cameron had came out, I think it was 2016 or 17. He had came out and accused Karen of accused her of stealing. That's when I finally got the courage, like, oh shit, somebody else said it. Boom, I'm jumping on the train. Mind you, I got a little bit more traction, so I wasn't really, I think I might have been signed at this point too. So I didn't really give a fuck no more about the blackball shit. I was just like, word, like I'm jumping on the train. So I jumped on the train. I said what I said. And like, not even like 24 hours later, after Karen had hit up Sean and was like, you know, give Joyner this apology so he can say it publicly and all this bullshit I was about to do. I got a random ass phone call. And some nigga was like, yo, this is Joyner. And I'm like, who the fuck is this? And he was like, Gucci Poochie. And I'm like, who? I thought it was a joke, nigga. Like, who the fuck is that? Like, he was like, you don't know who I am? I'm like, nah, nigga. Like, how the fuck you got my number, first off? He was like, he was like, Rick Ross wants to work with you. mad random, my nigga, like super random. And I was like, what you mean Rick Ross wants to work with me? He was like, yo, Rick Ross wants you to come to Miami, get in the studio with him. And I was like, so why Rick Ross ain't call me? He was like, because Ross is busy. You want me to call you? I'm his manager. And I was like, nah.
Then you added me to the call.
I did add I did add
then
you
I was
to the
on the
call.
call, and I was like, all right, word. So when we going down there, he's like, yeah, we'll take care of the flights and everything. I was like, cool. Then Joyner asked again. He was like, yeah, so do me a favor, just have Ross hit me. He goes, you trying to come or what? And that's when Joyner spazzed. He was like, yo, who the fuck you talking to? Like, don't be calling my phone talking to me like that, bro. You calling me on some business to come work and shit. That's cool, but I'm asking questions and you over here. And he just hung up.
I later found out. Nah, he said some bullshit before he hung up. He said
that was
something.
a setup.
He said some bullshit before he hung up, but it wasn't no energy where it was like somebody want to work with you. The manager's reaching out. It's friendly.
Oh no, you ever talked to Ross? The nigga say he was sending you the flights.
Well, nah, this happened like 2016. I ended up working with Ross.
That's what I'm saying. Because if he gonna pay for the flights, nigga ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I know he ain't even that type of dude on that type of shit.
Yeah, so it was weird. It was real energy, right? It was like some real hostility. It was real, like some real hostility. You hollered
at Ross, what Ross tell you? Whenever you
at this time, I didn't ask Ross, and I still ain't ask him about it. Like I don't want our relationship to be about that, right? I just whatever that shit was, it was what it was. So then after we hung up the phone and shit, you know, me and Drew were like, yo, that shit was weird. That was a weird ass phone call. I started doing research, like trying to figure out who the fuck this nigga was, Gucci Poochie, and I couldn't. I don't know.
He was Ross manager.
I don't think I could find him on social media, but anyway, somebody that I know, in Miami, ended up reaching out to me and telling me that Shorty had somebody, you know what I'm saying, hit me up, trying to set me up for shit. You know what I'm saying, on that call. So that's how I knew that call was what it was. You feel me?
Man, listen, bro, you know that's a strong accusation, right? You know that Gucci Poochie ain't even one of them type of dudes, bro.
Nah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
we don't even know if we was talking to him.
I'm not saying that we was talking to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure we wasn't talking to him. We was talking to somebody else who was saying that it was him. I'm not saying it was him.
And the niggas said they was gonna book your flights.
Yeah, it was weird, bro.
Yeah, that's weird.
It was weird.
Yo, I got a quick question for Joyner.
What's up?
It's Magneto Deo. How did you bounce back after? Because I'm in the same situation right now. You know what I'm saying? I gave a publicist some bread, and they did the exact same shit that Cameron did to you. You know what I'm saying? How did you bounce back after that? Like as far as looking for the next publicist, like who was your next moves after the Cameron suit?
That was the last time I ever paid a publicist. That was it.
That's what's up.
I learned from that mistake, and I said I'm never doing this shit again.
That's what's up.
I started figuring out what started working for me, right? And what works for other people doesn't work for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I always had the question of, you know, before I got in the game, I was so infatuated with trying to figure out, like, how to get in the game. Like, what are the answers? Like, who has the answers? Like, how do you get in the game? Like, what is the, you know, and the answer is that there really is no answer, right? You basically just get on how you get on, right? Everybody has their own way of, you know, how they got in the game. My way that I got on was through a loophole. I took advantage of a loophole on Facebook. And through that loophole, it allowed me to maximize on my fans. And it allowed me to, this is when the platform of Facebook lets you post actual music videos to the site instead of links. Used to be like YouTube links, you know what I'm saying? But then you remember that when they started, it was just YouTube links.
Yeah,
so
I remember that.
Once they started letting you actually post the videos to Facebook, that was it.
They advertised.
So you did the footwork. You did the footwork.
Yeah. So we used the backdoor system, loophole, Facebook, figured out that shit, nigga, and started like go strategically looking for, you know, a lot of artists that were similar to me, and pretty much just aligning myself with putting my music in front of Kendrick fans, in front of Cole's fans, in front of Chance's fans and Marshall's fans, like, and I started creating content based off of the information that was provided on Facebook. So, for instance, like Facebook would say, it would tell me how many fans I had that were women, how many fans I had that were kids, how many fans, what age, 18-year-olds, what were they into, shit like that. What was their ethnicity and, things like that. What I did was I took that information and I applied it within music. Once I learned that I had 50,000 white kids who were into guns, I wrote a record called Ross Cappuccioni about a kid that got shot, a white male that got shot. From there, that shit, went viral overnight. Then I learned that I had a lot of females on my page that either had kids or was pregnant. Then I wrote a record called Happy Birthday, shot a video, boom, that shit was catered to that. That shit went viral, boom. So what I started doing was looking at the data, and I started applying the data that I was learning to the music. So I started applying the music to the data to the music, and I started creating records specifically designed to fit that demographic. And once I was able to do that, once I mastered doing that, that's where my journey began.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Can I address Jonas? Hey, Jonas, now imagine that knowledge. You said that.
Hold on. One mic.
Massey?
Who is man?
Go ahead.
Mac Drama.
Mac Drama was speaking. Go ahead.
Jonas, what's up, everybody? Thank you for honoring being in this room. Salute to Crenshaw District. What up, Whack? What's going on, homie? Anyway, Jonas, imagine the knowledge you have now. If you had it initially in the beginning when you had that 60 racks, you'd probably be a lot even further. And I say this to say sorry that happened to you, but that's a lesson learned. Artists need to learn the business before they get on top of the music. And I'm done talking.
Hi, Joyner. This is Keita's mom, and I just have a question.
How you doing, man? How you doing? Love and bless and respect to you.
Oh, thank you, and you as well. Thank you so much.
For sure.
My question to you is, what advice do you have to upcoming artists? What advice could you give them?
Well, I go by one code. The code that I live by is FAD, and FAD means fuck all distractions. And I got that shit tatted on my hand. And distractions is a big part, of a lot of the reasons why motherfuckers fall off. They get distracted over women. They get distracted over, other shit that they doing and hanging out with the homies or whatever the case may be, getting caught up in the streets or getting caught up with whatever. And they just get distracted. And I think that distractions play a big part in a reason why a lot of people are not able to put 1,000,000% of their focus into being successful because they're distracted by a lot of different things. So that's why I keep FAD tatted on my hand. So every time I start to feel distracted, I can look at that and get back on track.
I have a question.
What's up?
So now, based off of the conversations that's transpired the last couple of days, right? You've had your opportunity to go ahead and take the appropriate jab, of course, which you're deserving of. Now, what's the next thing? Because now you feel like there's nothing that she can really get back to you. Is it dead now? I mean, of course, there's other people who are coming out the woodworks and speaking on their story and things as well. But there's every time that there's a story that comes up, do you feel like? And mind you, I'm not judging at all. You're justified for however you feel. It is what it is. If you feel like you need to, but I guess the question is, if another. I feel like a lot of people
didn't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
And now I feel like a lot of people know about it. I just wanted people to know what she did. That was it. And now I feel like the world know what she did. So there's no reason to beating on a dead horse. It's it is what it is, and every time another accusation comes out, they're going to refer back to Joyner Lucas. And that's it. I don't even need to say nothing after that. That wasn't happening before. So I needed that to happen. And now that that's happening, I don't even need to say nothing else.
Right, now you're straight.
I'm straight.
I got a question for
you, brother. So you guys, hold on. When you speak, can you please introduce yourself and say, there's too many people on stage to say, I have a question without saying, hi, this is so-and-so, I have a question.
Yeah, for sure. That was Tabitha, and I just landed. My bad.
Thank you, Anna.
First of all,
thank
for
you,
your questions,
Anya. I was away from the phone. Thank you.
Yeah, but for your questions, like I told y'all in the earlier room, to avoid all this, I got a question stuff, please send your questions to my Twitter account.
For sure. My bad. I was driving.
You're okay. That's for everybody that's on stage right now. Okay, send your questions. Okay, that was said earlier, but I want to thank y'all for coming into the Crenshaw District. We got Joyner Lucas on stage with us now. Thank you, Joyner, and your manager for gracing us with your presence, for hollering at us and telling your side of what happened with you and giving game to other artists on stage, man. We really appreciate that. Really appreciate you in the room. Got a lot of important people in the room, man. Rap 100 TD, Punch. We got Polly in the room. Fats in the room, man. We got Devin in the room.
Yo, I just want to say too, on the record, I want to say that I got a lot of love and respect for, all the pioneers and, in the room, Punch, Whack, a lot of these cats, you know what I'm saying, I look up to on a business standpoint, just other shit. So I just want to say that.
And Joyner, Big U told me to tell you what's up.
Big U, the homie, bro. Love to my brother, Big U. Big U, the man. Respect to Big U.
Speaking of people that you look up to, so how was it working with Will?
Hold on, Ash. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ash. It was like 4 people that had questions for Joyner. Go ahead, Ash. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I just wanted to know.
I kind of want y'all questions to stick to the topic and not make this an interview.
Yeah, Keita. Let's do that, please. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Can we move it forward to maybe even the Steve Stout stuff from today?
Go ahead, push forward. Let's go ahead and push forward.
Can I talk real quick? Can everybody
talk?
So let me say this. When he contacted Ash, when his manager contacted Ash, I came up with an agreement with them. And I understand all y'all want y'all questions because he's here. But, me as a manager, I wouldn't allow my artist to answer all these unnecessary ass questions. And it's not fair for y'all asking him, how about this person and that person? Let's stick to the script. Ask him about Steve Stout and we can go from there. He's here for certain conversations, not for the we're not gonna do that. He ain't.
It's all love, though. It's cool. Working with Will was cool. Just to answer Shorty question.
Joyner, this is Eric speaking.
So
I just want to know real quick.
Hold on, Miss Erica.
Hold on.
Oh, somebody, I apologize. Go ahead.
Oh no, Erica, I got you. It was just
Please direct all questions to conductor's Twitter, please, just so we can keep the order, because all this talking about
Thank
everybody,
you.
shit started to get too much. Please.
okay. These were questions that were sent to the back channel, to my back channel specifically. So a young man wants to know, going back to Karen Civil, because of course we need to move forward to the Steve Stout because this is new. But the young man wants to know what services exactly did he request from Karen, because he's never said a list of things he actually wanted, because he already said he paid for radio promo, etc. It sounds like he just gave her $60,000 and was like, make my career pop.
Nah, man, fuck that dude, man. That nigga, we didn't talk about that shit for 30 hours. We told him that fuck dude.
Yeah.
You have another question, Ashley? Do you have another question?
I'll be real, man. Like, I want to know if Wack got some questions, because he's the one that was really bringing up some points, and it was like, all right. And so I know Joyner addressed a lot of the shit. But
Joyner came in and addressed every motherfucking thing I said.
I wrote down
the motherfucking money up front.
I wrote down every
money up front.
said.
He every motherfucking thing I've been saying that y'all
My biggest question is understanding the Steve Stout situation.
All right, so let me break that down for you. Let me break that shit down. All right. So let's go to 2017. 2017, I mean. So in 2017, I created an app called Telly. All right, now this app started as a songwriter app. So an artist, can go in there, upload their beats, write their lyrics, record their ideas and shit. Make it like real easy for the artist. So I made it so that you can do that on like one single screen. So the app was essentially a pre-production tool that I created so I can keep things organized. So when I went to the studio and recorded shit, I can have like a solid reference to go off of. So everybody's in distribution. So I didn't want to go and be in the distribution business because, TuneCore, they already been in that business for like 15 years. And I would have essentially been competing with TuneCore as well as several other companies. I've always been into tech, by the way. Like, the artist shit's cool, the directing shit is cool, but I've always been like huge into tech. Just wanted to put that out there. But so I felt like I had something unique, something different, right? And I felt that it would help a lot of artists that may have been disorganized. Like, how many artists you know that don't have the final masters to their song because they stopped working with the engineer who had it? So Tully would essentially put that power in the artist's hands. So let's fast forward to the end of 2018, right after I got off Atlantic Records. Mind you, I just learned a whole bunch of business shit just by being signed to Atlantic, going through all the fuck shit involving Karen, shit that I encountered being at, major labels and shit. I had a co-manager who was an industry manager, right? That couldn't do shit. This nigga actually had relationships with the label. So the manager I got on the phone right now was my manager, but I also had another manager, and I can't say his name due to legal reasons, but he was another manager that I had, an industry manager, and he didn't even really have no pull like that. And that motherfucker had relationships with the label. So as I'm watching this shit and I'm learning, I wanted to figure out how to apply this information to Tully. So where I struggled was I wanted to provide something that I could help artists with so that they could have it easier than I did. So in 2018, Sony Music puts a huge fucking investment into the company, right? Only as a shareholder, which means that they don't have control of the company in any formation, right? So I don't have a board that I answer to or none of that. We make decisions to help artists move forward. I do that shit. They don't make that decision. I make the decision. So essentially, there was a bidding war. Now, just to be clear, this was not for my music. It wasn't a bidding war for my music. This was for technology. For me to build technology. For me to build what's missing so that we can all benefit from the shit. So I started my journey for the first year, refining this product for the app, and now building an additional piece for management. So the management piece was built so I can manage my masters and have complete control over my music. When I upload a master inside of Tully, it automatically has a mega data manager. It has a place where you can upload your contracts and instantly receive your split sheets, right? So all of this shit is automated. So let me give you an example.
Automated split sheet.
Automated split sheets, right? So let me give you an example. So everyone knows in the music business, right? The legal and the lawyers, they take a huge fucking advantage of the artists. So what I did with Tully was I allowed the artists to be able to invite their lawyers into the Tully account and assign the lawyer specific access and roles. So an example, like the lawyer cannot listen to my music. He has no access to my music, but he can still access and upload contracts. Right? The engineer can access, the music, but he can't access the contracts, right? So I'm giving and assigning specific roles to specific people on here, right? And I can assign up to like 13 to 15 people, right? So let's say he uploads the contracts. Now he's required to also complete a high-level terms, right, to the deal that we signed. So I asked him if there's an advance associated with this agreement, what the royalty split is, what the publishing split is. So it instantly creates like a royalty and pub chart for me. So this instantly puts the power in my hands now. Because if I ever feel like I want to work with a different attorney because I'm being fucked, I can literally just delete that nigga from my account and just assign a new attorney, and I don't lose any of my information. So as of early this year, you can do all of that shit on your mobile phone, thanks to me. Now, so my team, we take a meeting with United Masters. Why? Because I look up to Steve Stout. He's a black CEO in the music business. He's advocating for artists and, there's masters and, he's advocating for artists' masters and the artists' rights. And, I'm like, this shit is perfect. This is the perfect company to align myself with. So all day, every day, I see this nigga online talking about how fucked up the record labels are and how we need to come together and share information and change what the industry's been doing wrong for so long and blah, 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 blah. So this is what I do. I have my team reach out to United Masters, which is owned by Steve Stout. So my team set up meetings. We did demos of our product, and we told them we want to use United Masters, and we would like to form a partnership to be able to distribute music since I'm not in the distribution business. So they showed a lot of interest and shit. They seem to not have nothing that we had.
So mind you, we have like 100,000 songwriters on this application, right? That's creating stuff, how can manage stuff, right? So we're like, now they want to put their music out. So let's go speak to the guy that we think is best suited for that, and that was United Masters, Steve Stout.
What's the app called?
Tully. Tulloy, right? Okay. So they seem to have no idea of what the fuck we had, right? But they understood the mission and the alignment between United Masters and Tully they got. So if that alignment would have happened, and that would have meant that full control would have been given to the artists to manage their creative assets, manage their business, manage their teams, and distribute their music out. One-stop shop. Meaning that we would not need a record label to do any of that shit.
So we demoed the product. We signed in, right. We demoed the product.
Yep. We demoed the product. After I did the demo with United Masters, right, I ended up getting booked with Steve directly. So before I got to speak with Steve, they seen everything from our side, right? I haven't seen one thing from their side. We signed NDAs so we could share information, and these niggas made me share all my shit. And they didn't share shit. They listened to me talk, they didn't share nothing. So I hop on a call with Steve, right? And it's me, Steve, it's Drew, who's on the phone with us right now. So we talked to Steve and we explained the model we got and how we would like to bring the shit together, considering that the company his company don't have the shit that we built. So Steve said, okay, shoot me an email, we'll set up a meeting. No response. Right? Fast forward a few months later, I got a copyright infringement saying that I cannot use the word record label in your pocket. Now, here's what pisses me off. I have 2 United States utility patents, right? Rat Chat, which is an app, they infringe on one of those patents. So that the Rap Chat app, if you don't know, it's like a social songwriting app. So what they're infringing on is the ability to play, write, and record in a single screen. I have a patent for that. So nobody should be able to do that shit except for me. But I'm not out here sending cease and desist and doing all that fuck shit, right? So I'm not sending lawyers to these niggas, right? I'm trying to figure out how to make shit better for us artists so that they don't make the same mistakes that I made if they haven't did the shit already. So I got patents and these niggas, these motherfuckers trademarked a few words. You mean to tell me I'm going to the successful black CEO who's representing artists to make that happen, and instead of calling me, because I use the term Tully, I use it and say that Tully is a record label in your pocket. Instead of calling me, this motherfucker sent me a cease and desist letter. I'm tired of this industry shit, bro. We supposed to be coming together. You the same niggas sitting online talking about let's share information and come together and record labels and blah, 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 blah. So I've seen this fuck shit from when I'm coming up as an artist. I'm learning from it. I'm seeing it, which is cool when it's coming from the fucking major labels, I guess. But when it comes from my own people that's supposed to be looking out and looking out for our culture and pushing this shit forward, that's what pisses me off, and that's what made me go on my rant today. You heard?
Hey, thank you, Jonah. I know we have Mr. Davis up here that wanted to holler at you and get it. Mr. Davis, you there, Durant?
Yeah, I'm here. How's it going, Brother Joyner? So I have a question, but it's probably going to take me a minute to ask it because I don't want you to say anything in case you may have any litigation and people are recording the room. But so with the technology, so you guys built technology in your company is what I'm getting. And the IP that you guys had, it was something that they didn't have and they didn't understand the secret sauce, but you didn't want to get into the distribution business. So it was an ideal partnership. You don't have to speak about the terms at all. So how did you get served with the copyright infringement? Was it served on you're not going to be able to do the distribution with someone else, or was it served on something that they were trying to steal?
So what United Masters did is they trademarked the words record label in your pocket. They also trademarked the words amplify your independence. They also trademarked the words your future has no labels. So this is a company that's raised over $100 million. Damn. And what they basically did was they trademarked all the words that you would essentially try to use to identify what we've built, right? And then coming to us, telling us we can't use that.
So DJ is still Durant, by the way, and thanks for answering that. So does that affect you guys? Because that sounds like a marketing like, is this some legal term where they're saying any service derivative of that description you guys can't do?
You basically trademark the description. So it's like, okay, don't use that description with your product because we trademarked it. And we're sitting here with patents, utility patents. Like, there's very few people in the music business that can tell me that they've got United States issued utility. We got 2 patents at that, right? And so it's kind of frustrating because it's like we expect that bullshit from the big major labels for them to come down like that, right? We didn't expect it from this side.
So DJ, that was a Silicon Valley play because you know that Steve Stout is connected to a lot of people over in Sand Hill Road. But here's the thing: I'm done with my questions because I don't want you guys to say anything that may infringe on something you guys may have in the future. But if I have another question, I'll try to think about it and ask it in a way where it won't affect you guys. But I appreciate that. I'm going on.
All right, y'all. This is Ashley. Let me reset the room. Y'all welcome to the Crenshaw District. If you're not following the club, make sure you're tapping the greenhouse at the top. Show us some love. Show some love to my girl Keita, my sister, everything. Shout out to Joyner Lucas and his manager. They are on stage tonight. And tonight we are talking about he putting Steve Stout on the y'all come on, give me the word. He putting them out. He putting them out.
Putting them on blast.
There you go.
Jam screen.
There you go. He putting them on blast, baby. He told him.
Everybody hit Twitter too. Hit Twitter, tweet about it.
Y'all done came in the kitchen.
Hashtag Crenshaw District and hit the bell. If you follow the club, you have to hit the bell.
Miss Ashley, everybody, this is Erica. Can I ask one quick nerd ass question, please?
Let me reset the room. Let me get everything.
Well,
the channels are going crazy.
I know. Go ahead.
Instagrams are going crazy.
Let me check real quick. I do want to let Joyner know. In the midst of this conversation, Karen Civil came in on her burner account.
Yeah, she was on her real page too, in love.
So we're resetting the room. Y'all welcome Joyner Lucas and his manager to the stage tonight. We are talking about Steve Stout and these copyright infringement papers that he served to Joyner Lucas. For what? He created the app. I'm just saying, y'all. But y'all might clap it up for the moderators. I could not put this together. I appreciate his manager reaching out to me on the back channel and allowing me and my sister Kitty to put this together. Yeah, again, y'all need to be retweeting this. Put it on your Twitter, put it on your Instagram, put it on your Facebook. Let them know we the hottest club right now.
Go to my
Twitter. Again, this is Ashley. I'm your favorite 504 girl. And Miss Erica, I'm going to yield the mic to you. And then Joyner Lucas, I would like for you and your manager to continue on with the conversation.
I appreciate that, Ashley. My question is simple because I love music. I'm a fangirl. Tell me, what's the best track for somebody to listen to from your music, from your catalog? What's your favorite track or what you think somebody should listen to if they're brand new to your discography? And number 2, how do I support that shit for you, bro? Just simple questions. Nerd-ass questions.
Y'all have to be patient with Joyner. He's still learning how.
I think you're on mute right now.
Oh, I am. I'm on mute. Was she asking me a question or was she talking to y'all?
No, Joyner, she wanted to know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was asking you directly. What's your favorite track? What's your favorite track, the best track you feel you've made? And what's the best way for me to go ahead and support that, bro?
Yeah. That's so difficult. Because that's like asking
if
I had 5 kids and you ask me which one is my favorite.
Give me a couple. Give me a couple if you can't pick one. Give me a couple.
All right, so I feel like what's a good description record of me? I think I say go listen to Will. I think Will is fire. It's a good description record of me. I think you should listen to Ramen and OJ with me and Lil Baby. I think that's a good one. And shit. One more I would say, and one more I would say to listen to. That's a different vibe. You can really see it come up, which is real relevant to this whole Karen shit and everything else. Is Legend featuring Rick Ross. If y'all ain't seen that music video, you should watch it because it really outlines and shows the whole journey. Like, you know what I'm saying? Since I was a kid coming up, so that's cool.
So I appreciate that. And I'm about to slap all 3 of them shits right now and salute to you, man.
Respect. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for real. Thank you so much.
No, we always gonna keep it focused on the music, bro. That's what I'm here to do, support. So salute to Joyner, salute to your manager. Thanks for coming in.
So I appreciate you too.
And from Listen to His Songs with Chris Brown.
Hold up. Now, Joyner, we want to get back to the conversation surrounding Steve Stout. Were you done with that portion? Is that everything to cover that?
Yeah, that covered everything, bro. I literally covered the whole situation. But what's up?
I have a question about that.
Conductor. Hold up, y'all.
With them filing the trademark, I see statistics against you with the trademark. Is there any way you can get around it, like use a lawyer to beat it, or?
Bro, there's no point fighting it, man. It's like, we're fighting over words right now. It's crazy. Like, Joyner's a lyricist. We're gonna really sit here and fight over words that's gonna describe a product. Like, we're gonna spend, tens of thousands. Like, he raised $100 million. I'm sure he's got lawyers on deck to just sit there and do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, fighting somebody to be able to use some words at this point isn't even worth it. So we stand down. You know what I mean? It sucks because we really should be thinking, like, I would look at it like United Masters should be looking at this as an opportunity to get to the place faster, right? To get to the end result faster, which is let's empower artists. Let's get artists back in control over their careers and their documents and their masters and all the assets they have to manage, essentially. So that's what we're trying to get to. You know what I mean? And so we thought this would be a fast forward button to pushing that narrative forward. But there's so many people that's in the business making so much money behind closed doors doing distro with, manual deals and things like that. It's like, there's no incentive for them to want to push it that fast. You know what I mean? True. You think the management, why does a record label not have a management system for an artist? That's crazy. They make $300-400 million a year. How come they haven't put a management system in place so when the artist gets in the studio and lays down a record, writes a record, there's a way to manage all of that?
Hey, that's real.
Because it's in their best interest.
People gonna lose a whole lot of jobs.
Right. It's in their best interest to keep everything manual. So they can have any artist right now.
You can't have any artist right now. Any artist right now, what their splits are on what records, how much they're receiving, what they get. Any artist in the world, you can ask them, they want to be able to tell you that. I don't care what song is popping. You ask me what splits I get on what record, I can tell you that. Because thanks to Tully, I can tell you that information. These motherfuckers don't know that information. They're not involved in that business. You understand what I'm saying? They might not even care about it. But
everyone understands the business model of United Masters, all right?
Yes.
All right. So you're paying a fee to distribute your music. And if you are somewhat significant or making some traction, they're going to put you into a percentage model. And if you are doing better, they're going to upgrade you into some type of manual deal. How is that different than a record label?
Right.
In fact, why don't somebody tell me what's the difference? Like, what is owning your masters got to do with distribution?
There's no difference.
What has it got to do with it? Distributing your music has got nothing to do with owning your masters.
And it's a little bit bigger than that.
It's got nothing to do with it. Distributing your music is putting it out to the stores. That's a different set of rights. Owning your rights to your masters is a whole separate thing. He's been able to take, here's your masters, distribute them. You got a record label in your pocket. It's a distribution company, man. There's no tech. There's really no tech, and it's crazy because I feel like it's like the big dogs in the room. They always find ways to marginalize people that aren't in that position, and we see it all the time. You see it as an independent artist getting ripped off by a PR person or whoever it is, and then it's like you always a step behind. And when the coach is supposed to be coming together, where people are supposed to come together and say, you know what, let's push this forward because that's how we retaliate against the people that are really in control. We over here trying to fuck each other over. We're over here trying to stop this person or that person. Like, it's backwards.
Right. Yeah, it's
you know what I'm saying?
Where's Steve Stout in this room? Where that nigga at?
I think what you created on that app, Joyner, is pretty dope. And we've been going around for weeks with this music we're working on with Tierra Marie. And I did not know this app exists. So me and my team will definitely be jumping on Tully app and doing what we need to do.
We appreciate it.
We didn't know that existed.
We appreciate it.
And we've been trying to figure out these splits and these percentages. So yeah, I'm fucking with that app.
Yeah, automated split sheets, bro. Like
Same here.
All right. Okay, y'all. So I've got one question in regards to Steve Spout for you, Joyner. Let me go back. Give me 1 second. Okay. So a young lady wants to know, were the phrases trademarked before or after your meeting with Steve?
I don't know. We'd have to go look. We'd have to go look at their trademark and search it and check it or whatever. But the point is, even if it was trademarked before, a conversation was had, demonstrations were had, and for us to be issued a letter, we were obviously on your radar, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. So what's the intent? You could have just picked up the phone and been like, "Hey, man, look, I don't want you to use those words, man." You know what I mean? In fact, you know what? I'll tell you some real shit here. Our logo looked like the Chris Brown Black Pyramid logo at one point, right?
Yeah.
And hit me up and was like, "Yo, listen, man, Chris fuck with y'all, but the logo looked real similar to his shit." And I was like, "Say less." And we switched the shit. This is in the early days. We switched it.
It was because when I showed Chris Brown the logo in the studio, that nigga was like, "Wait a minute, that shit kind of look like my logo."
You know what I'm saying?
I was like, "Yo, you right, my nigga. I didn't even see that." And then right after that, nigga, a couple days later, his manager Drew was like, "Yo, y'all gotta change that shit," and we changed it. It was love. You feel me? Like
we trying to work together. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how we looked at it. So we're like, "Yo, it's a logo. I'm not worried about it. We'll switch your shit. It's cool." You know what I'm saying? So it's like you take meetings, you show people stuff, and you're just no different than like how the labels do, man. It's like we're sharing information out of trying to push something forward, and someone else's agenda is something else. Now, look, I don't blame him. He's a smart businessman. He's been in the game for a long time. He knows how this shit works. He was probably sitting back, getting the information from his team, whatever. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, like, we was obviously on the radar. You had your trademark. You used it against another independent artist that's trying to actually make a difference for other independent artists. So it just goes against everything that the company says they're trying to do and what they, what they stand for. So
you guys had to be on the radar, DJ, because those trademarks take like 9 to 10 months to even get approved. So the initial process, it wasn't like he had to conversation with you guys. And again, I'm speaking as ignorant to the circumstance for people in the room because I wasn't there. I'm just having a conversation about intellectual property. So those trademarks, you don't go and just say, "Hey, I want to file this trademark." You have to communicate with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. They're going to deny it at first. Your lawyer have to go through the process of arguing with them. So that was definitely at least like a 9-month process. I have a lot of trademarks that I paid for. I hate it that I have to wait that long. So yes, it's unfortunate, but I do want you guys to speak about the app and how people can find it so they can at least download it. I'm going on mute.
Yes, please.
I have a question for you, Jonah. And your manager, we have somebody, J. Renee. She was asking, could you all spell the name of the app for people? When people know the app.
Yo, it's called Tully. TULLY.
Why?
Yeah.
I have it.
Okay. Got it on iPhone, Android.
And the next question, Jonah, she wants to know: will a comedy record work on that? Like, can a comedian use that app to do their comedy record?
Yeah, of course, just for everybody. It's not just specified for rappers or singers. Anybody can download it and use it. My grandmother, if she want to download it and use it, she can use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she want to sing a soul song in the kitchen and shit, she could put that shit on and go to work.
Basically, it's like, when you go to a DSP and you see like the artwork in the center and you've got the player at the bottom. So just think of where the artwork is. That's the notepad. The player at the bottom is like the beat that you're playing. So you can write your lyrics. It's got a rhyming library in there. So it's got a built-in rhyming library. So as you're writing words out, and if you can't come up with something, it's got a whole library in there. You've got the record button, so the keyboard disappears and it turns into an equalizer. So you're playing, you're writing, and recording all in that one screen.
when you Google it, the United Master app pop up too. Pardon me.
Hey, Mark, let me ask a question real quick. So what do you guys see or envision in the future with the Steve Stout situation, and what would you like the outcome to be at this juncture?
I mean,
this is Therese, by the way.
I would hope that there's a way that we can come together, because we actually commend his work and the stuff that he's doing and what he's talking about and the narrative he's pushing. If there's a way to come together to bring these tools and services to basically independent artists and artists in the game, like if we can bring that to them quicker, that's what we should be doing. Because the quicker we get it in their hands, the quicker they're gonna have control, the quicker there's gonna be more transparency, the quicker, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of this, discrepancies that you're seeing get fixed. And that problem's been around for a long time. People been dealing with these problems for a long time.
Yeah.
It's sad when you're sitting here and we're talking about an artist, only making 16 cents on a song and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like they've done all the work. Like, it's sad to hear that shit. And you hear that all the time. You still see posts going up on social. Oh, I want to get off my label. I couldn't do this. Or my label stopped me from that. You know what I mean? Oh, I had this manager that did that. One of the first things Rack was saying was, oh, the manager go to kickback. You see what I'm saying? We're hearing this shit all the time. And it's because there is no transparency. And this is what this was supposed to do. It was supposed to build transparency. And so if there was a way to align and bring that to the forefront, to the market quicker, that's the change that we need. That's the change I truly believe that needs to be put in place. And Joyner is sitting there and he's sitting there coming up with, Drew, we gotta fix this. Like, Drew, we really gotta fix this. This is a problem, and I don't want to go my entire career with this problem. So let's fix it for me, and if we fix it for me, we'll be fixing it for a lot more people.
Thanks, Drew. I appreciate you answering my question. This is Therese. I appreciate it.
You know what, Drew? You just answered my question, and I stated this in other rooms. We know the problem. So what's the solution now? Now Joyner, you've come forward with, Karen's civil situation and Steve Stout. Is there anybody else that has done you wrong that you might want to put on the forefront tonight?
Hey, wait, real quick before Joyner answer, I got a question.
Tomorrow.
Wait, real quick, Joyner, real quick, bro, real quick. Who on here has WAC 100 and Brandon Mac blocked? I'm gonna need you to admit it so I can send you that.
What the hell?
Are y'all serious?
Wait, if you have WAC 100 blocked, just please speak up. Don't be a fucking liar and a fraud. Please don't.
Just move yourself
Speak
down.
up.
We'll move you back
And
up.
since can't nobody speak, I'm gonna send everybody down and I will bring y'all back.
Just tell them unblock them. Unblock them. We ain't got to know who they is.
No, we're gonna go there.
Wow.
Now, Wakita gets this. Get this. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It happens on all the stages. You feel me? Like people, it happens. It happens. You feel me? So we ain't gonna again. It happens.
Who's that block?
I want to thank y'all for coming to the Crenshaw District. I want to thank Joyner Lucas. I want to thank his manager Drew for being here with us. I want to thank y'all, man, because y'all really, this is uncommon for a lot of people. They scared to come up here and speak their piece. They scared to talk to the public and let them know what's going on out here for real in these streets. So I really appreciate y'all for coming to holler at us today, coming to chill in the Crenshaw District. Joyner, I appreciate you for pulling up yesterday as well. This has been a major platform already, bro.
Shout out to my man Drew, cuz Drew, man, don't nobody keep it a buck like
I don't know who the fuck that was, but I'm in this motherfucker. God damn.
Hey, B-Mac.
What's up, B-Mac? I think
Hey, B-Mac.
Hold up, B-Mac. Hold up, B-Mac. Hold up. But again, everybody make sure you follow the greenhouse at the top. Please make sure you follow the greenhouse at the top. Hit that bell. Make sure you follow your moderators and everybody on stage that resonates with you. This is a production in the Crenshaw District put on by the one and only the queen of the Crenshaw District, Miss Keita Trotter. We got Ashley in the building that helped set this up with Drew, man. Really thank you for reaching out to her, man. And I'm your master moderator for the Crenshaw District, Miss Duck and Duck. And I want to get the conversation going, man, y'all.
So I'm under the assumption that the person Erica is who had B-Mac and WAC block, because when I moved her down, they were able to come in.
Hey, Keita.
Yeah.
Hey, Keita.
Shit, here.
Listen, I gotta skate if that's all right with you. But I do want to tell you, I appreciate you for having me up here. Thank you for letting me speak my piece. Thanks for everybody on behalf of the Crenshaw District. Shout out to everybody on here showing me love. I fuck with y'all. I
will tell you this, bro. When I spoke to Big U this morning, Big U basically told me to treat you like family because you are family.
Appreciate
that. That's my nephew, so that's gonna make him your cousin, and you treat him as such. So
that's love.
You know, I fuck with you, bro.
That's love, bro. Shout out Big U. I appreciate y'all. Shout out Wack 100.
And please make sure you call him.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit him. And if you need anything, reach out to Drew or whatever. Or I'll give you my joint offline. We can connect you.
Yeah, I'm gonna send my number to Drew, and I'm gonna tap in with him, so and have him send you my shit over.
Oh, for sure. Love is love.
So John. One thing, I know the comedian that asked that question, she's on the app. She said it's not a genre up there for comedy. So which one would she go under?
Drew, which one?
Bro, that's the genre is private, so it don't even matter, bro. You just select whatever you want. Nobody's gonna see it.
Yeah. That's your answer. Thank you.
All right, Joyner, let me say this. Shout out to you and your manager for y'all reaching out to me today. I absolutely appreciate y'all even putting me in the mix. Let me give you your roses while you can still smell them. God bless you, baby.
Love.
I love you.
Love.
I'm your favorite 504 girl here, and I did follow you here.
My love, yeah.
Hey, Keita, what's your Instagram? What's your Instagram name?
It's black_girls_interrupted.
Oh, my Instagram is MZKITAB00. So it's Miss Keita Boo.
So Black Girls Interrupted. You got the it's podcast, right?
Yes, sir.
Got you right there. I just followed you. Keita, how you spell that?
It's MZ.
Yup.
KITA.
Yup.
B00.
Yup, I got you on there too. I'm gonna follow you right now.
Mine's a CON9. COR.
Don't listen to this nigga. He's still a conductor. It look like conductor.
See, I tell y'all, my mama had 9 kids, bro. My mama had 9 kids. I'm one of 9.
Hey, yo, hit me whenever. Love.
No, I'm
Thank you.
I'm actually gonna DM you and Drew right now because I need to
For sure. Hit me with. Yeah, you already hit me up.
Thanks, Joyner.
All right,
Have a safe night. Jules, I want to say shout out, baby, for reaching out to me and putting me in the mix. I'm glad I was able to bring you and Joyner to the stage to speak your truths. God bless you, baby. We love you, okay?
Much love. Thank you.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Drew. Good night.
What? Somebody asked me what happened.
That was Miss Chaz. Like, what happened? Was you left out the room and couldn't get back in?
Yeah, I couldn't even see the room.
Had him blocked, so I had to
move
everybody down, bring everybody up. So Crenshaw District, I'm finna set it to hand raising the members only, and and go ahead and raise your hand so I can get y'all back up. I'm sorry I had to do that, but in order to figure out who got who blocked, a lot of times I gotta send people down one by one. So as
hold on, y'all going too fast.
Can I talk? So as I'm sending y'all down, I'm asking Brandon, can you see it now? Can you see it now? As I'm talking to Brandon, Wack calls and says, Keita, where the fuck the room go? I'm like, nigga, we're in the room. Somebody in here had him blocked, so none of them can get in. And I think it's pretty fucked up for y'all to have people blocked that support my club every day and that's in here every day. Even before this whole Karen shit and Joyner shit, Wack 100 helped us build this club single-handedly along with the content we was doing. And it's pretty fucked up for me to invite y'all in the house and y'all block my guests. That ain't right. And then on top of that, like I told y'all before, Wack is like an uncle to me. You know what I mean? He was my teacher in this music business. So I think it's fucked up to act like you cool with me and then you block Wack. We are totally against that blocking shit. If you don't like somebody, cool. If you don't like the shit they saying, cool, just don't fucking speak to them. But that blocking shit,
that's shit dumb.
Right.
You join the stage that you can't have nobody block. Like, what y'all don't read or something, bro? Like, that shit gets annoying, bro. That blocking shit weird, bro.
I'm sick of it.
Because they don't like when a nigga.
If you don't like hearing a nigga talk, stop fucking always trying to be in the room with the man while he talking. Y'all want to act like y'all don't like him so fucking much, but always want to be on the stage that he. Like, come on, man, stop with that bullshit, dog.
Stop with the fucking clout chasing.
Quick question for Keita. Would you be willing to have Steve Stout come here and address what Joyner said?
I need to know who is this talking. It's 2 million.
That's Magneto.
Damn.
That's Magneto.
I believe Steve Stout should come in here.
Oh, okay.
We need to hear why is you sending out cease and desist and trying to take shit niggas created. Like, yeah, he needs to speak.
Yeah, because I know a few people that know him, so I could try to reach out and see if I could, see if he's willing to come up on here. I don't know him directly, but I know people that work with him. Oh, okay, cool. I was just asking that, if you was willing to have him here to address the joint. But,
all right, so let me address something. So last night, kid, I was trying to pull some people in the room last night, but I could not come in the room or come on the stage. If you have me blocked, unblock me, because like I said, I don't get out the way with nobody. I was trying to bring some people over here last night. Manny Fresh I was trying to ping Manny Fresh in here last night, but couldn't get in the room.
Oh, y'all was definitely on bullshit, boy.
Sis, I was wondering where you were too.
I was trying to figure out why you couldn't get in the room.
He had some things I couldn't even find the room. I had to go on my backup page to be able to even see the room. But I had other prominent people that were trying to come in the district last night.
It's cool, Ashley.
So one of the rules, and this is going to apply to the district. No, this is not my room, but this is my family. This is your room, nigga. And what we don't do in the South, you don't walk through nobody's house and don't speak.
Facts.
So when you come in the district,
amen to that.
Make yourself known. You speak. It don't matter if nobody speak you. You make yourself known. It's a respect thing. We are all grown. I ain't got to pull my belt out and whoop nobody in a circle.
I know that's right, Alex. Amen.
So,
but I will. Amen to that. Coming from Mobile, baby. Amen.
I think earlier today when somebody said the room was shadow banned, it's not that it was shadow banned.
You motherfuckers who block.
You can't see the room. You just can't see the motherfucker.
Well, y'all fucked up our conversation behind White Block, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, my nigga. White should have been on this stage.
Here's the whole thing. I think the fucked up part about that is the moment Joyner touched his stage, he really wanted to talk to Wack. And the moment Wack get a call and he bounce out the room, you motherfuckers, y'all do some slick shit. Like, that's not cool.
They fucking weirdos for that shit. Like, I don't even.
Yeah. That's why I hit you. I said, damn, y'all shut the room down.
Nah, you know we're gonna ride with
I didn't know. I thought
they blocked Wack. Like, he can't call Keita and ask her to open it back up. She'll send everybody.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all shut the room down.
Shut the whole room down. What are you talking about?
Let me tell you something. Wack on dog when it comes to this,
girl, if you don't get that phone out your pocket, we can't hear nothing.
Nah, my finger was covered in shit, but I said, y'all gotta know, y'all can't do that with Wack. Because Wack can tell you when it comes to him and Big U, I'ma choose them every time. I will turn on you for them niggas. Don't fucking play with me.
But
I'm gonna just address this. Hold on. Let me address this. Because Auntie, go ahead. No, Auntie, go ahead, because I heard you groaning. Go ahead.
I'm messing with Keita.
Okay.
I'm in my feelings. I was messing with Keila.
Nah, but what y'all gotta understand is, like Ashley said, bro, y'all, like I told y'all earlier, it's a privilege for you to be on this stage. I'm gonna write my future down right quick. It's a privilege for you to be on this stage in any conversation that we have. We got rules in here for a reason. Just like you follow the law, those rules that you accept is all law. If you know you can't follow those rules, if you know it's people that come on our stage that you got blocked, you don't like, guess what? Don't come in here. Like seriously. Because that fucks up a conversation that we trying to put on. Because people that actually have value, people that actually have something to say, because most of y'all come here and don't say shit. You just want to be on stage to look cool on it, like, and that shit about to cut out, bro. Like real shit, because that shit is whack, and the shit, it pisses me off. Like, because this is something that we work hard at. Like Keita said,
don't even have nothing to do with the top.
Exactly, right. Like Wack got coming here every day. He been helping us build this stage since he got on this fucking app, bro. And it'd be 30 of us in here. It'd be 15 of us in here with Wack. And like, to be real, Like niggas don't come in here. Niggas that won't start to come in here, but I'm not saying don't come, but I'm saying follow our rules, man. Follow the law. If you can't unblock somebody, if you feel that strongly that you gotta have them blocked, I'm just being honest with you. These are conversations you won't hear. Please go to YouTube and any other source that you need to hear these conversations. And that's my final piece.
All right, let me reset the room. Y'all welcome to the Crenshaw District. Yeah, it gets a little spicy in here, babe. Like a big pot of gumbo that I'm cooking in a few weeks. Anyway, but y'all welcome to the district. Again, if you're not following the club, tap the greenhouse at the top. If you want to continue to be a part of these conversations, you gotta tap in with us. And don't listen to them. This is not my room. I'm just a visitor. That's all. I'm just a guest.
She tapping.
Y'all know I.
She be lying, y'all.
And you
be family. Let me say this to my brother Wet.
I hear my feelings. I'm gonna cry, buddy.
I'm still waiting on my Funyuns, okay? And my baby shot. But you know, I say this to say, I want to shout out everybody that's in this room tonight. That's really what I want to do. I want to give my flowers to everybody that's in the room tonight. Not single-handedly, but everybody knows. You know, God bless everybody that came to sit with us tonight. Again, I couldn't be more humbled to be a part of a great, great, great group around some great, great, great people. We're going to always agree to disagree, but hey, that's what family does at the end of the day. Well, I may not like what you say, but I respect you to the fucking fullest.
What happened? What I say?
Some bullshit. You probably opened
what did I say?
You didn't say
you a bully whack.
Wait.
I didn't know.
There you go with the hold on.
Who called me a bully?
It wasn't me. No, I ain't gonna say that because I'm not.
Which one? Who was that called me a bully?
Correct.
I don't know what called me the fucking biggest bully in the room.
I love you, whack.
Call her out. Let her know.
I'm over here stressing Yoshi. I'm stressing Yoshi out right now, accusing her of shit she didn't do, getting the rise up.
Yoshi can pull the crystals out.
You know she don't even talk like that, so
As much as I defend you when you ain't around,
Didn't I just tell you I was stressing you out? If you don't know me, but listen, if I fuck with you and I send you some random crazy shit, I'm just starting conversations. That's it.
This man gonna make fake receipts. Y'all don't mean no harm.
Y'all gonna make Yoshi pull them crystals out.
If I don't fuck with you, I'm not gonna say a word to you.
I ain't said shit to Wax since he talked about my eyebrows, so I don't even say nothing to Wax.
The eyebrows I talked about. Ash.
Yes, ever since you said about my eyebrows, I
don't remember what I said. What did I say?
It don't even matter, what? It don't matter.
Oh, shit, I'm on your Instagram. Let me blow it up.
Oh, here he goes.
Let me see what's going on.
We had a conversation about the eyebrows.
I don't be
I remember that night. I felt my breath.
What's going on with the eyebrows?
I don't know what's going on.
Is your shit painted on? I'm trying to figure out.
Oh,
tell them good. That good. Be like,
I don't remember.
Let me tell you what you said. We were talking about makeup. I don't even know how the fuck we got on makeup. But she was going through everybody PTR. And I was like, this nigga gonna say something because I had my eyebrows and shit done. And he was like, yeah, in Ash PTR, I see her eyebrows. She almost didn't make it. She almost had them thick ass eyebrows. I was like, bro.
Listen. First of all, this is some real shit. Like,
that's why I stopped talking to you.
Listen. Without that motherfucker in the classroom, without that dude in the classroom that just used to just throw the eraser or the pencil across the room, man, shit was bored up in that motherfucker, man.
You definitely
that nigga in the classroom.
That nigga's the wild one.
And that's why you a bigger bully.
I don't mean no harm. I just
Wax was always in school suspension as a kid.
Yeah, Wax was the bully.
No, see, you know what? Hey, that woman, your ass is the biggest bully in here.
Hey, Wack, I just got one of the biggest compliments. Hold up, y'all. I just probably got one of the biggest compliments on Twitter from people hating about this conversation. They just compared me to you. Like, you just as messy as Wack 100. That's great. I think good comparison. That's some good nigga. I done made it, goddammit. I had a meme yesterday. Now they compare me to Wack. I made it, goddamn.
I swear I let Yoshi off the hook too early. I was gonna keep her on the hook like 2 more minutes. I was fucking with her in her back channel. She was trying to figure out what the hell I was talking about. I said, yeah, Yoshi kicked me again, blocked me again. Huh? What? I was never. Now she know damn well.
Poor Yoshi.
I know it ain't her.
Wait, let me let you know.
I get to the shit.
But wait, let me let you know. You know we about to go into this Mercury retrograde, so you better leave Yoshi alone so she pull them stones out. I'm just saying though.
Man, listen, that's my partner right there. I ain't never did nothing but give her great advice. Shit.
Hey, y'all know we in a pre-shadow period. We're in a pre-shadow period. So
Yoshi,
You gave her great advice, or she gave you great advice?
No, hell no. Yoshi was running around here doing shit for free. I told her she better cut that shit out. Didn't I, Yoshi?
Facts. I ain't did, and look, I ain't did shit free since.
To cut that shit out.
I do have monetized rooms that are actually rooms. Yoshi.
I know this, Miss Chance.
What?
Miss
That
Chance,
wasn't me. That was Lee. That was not me.
No, I'm saying though, the lipstick you had on for your birthday, you gonna sell that for Halloween?
There you go.
Hey, shit, shoot, Wack, you better shoot.
Wait. What is wrong with y'all? She had on some lipstick.
You not about
What's the?
be talking about auntie like that.
Look,
Cute.
How about
you know.
Are they gonna sell that for Halloween? How's it talking?
Give me Wax phone right now.
That lipstick, it got so much attention, so much great attention.
We don't want us to see. That's too much information.
So Halloween would be something that would be ugly, and that lipstick got great attention. It got your attention as well. So I don't want to hear nothing negative about my lipstick anymore.
It was negative. That was some people that I didn't say nothing about negative. Who said nothing?
Thank you. Thank you. Everybody complimented those lips.
So why they shadow
those lips could have went viral. Those lips could have went viral.
Talk about
had you not coming in with your nasty stuff.
Is it gonna be on sale? Where you get it from?
What? You be so.
Now you all in my business. Now you all in my business. You being messy.
Some real quick, y'all. Listen. I am on this app, okay? This the comedian, Jay Renee, y'all. I am on this app. I want to support it. But I don't see the damn genre for my...
Oh, no, baby girl. He told you can make it private. That don't matter.
You just make it, put it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put it like solo.
Anyway, yeah.
Just put a soloist, because it has soloist, manager, it has... producer, just put one of them. He said it's not gonna matter because no one's gonna see it.
Hey, conductor, like y'all gotta stop doing this shit. You know that boy just hit us in the back channel. He said he didn't tell you how to get to the comedy park because he didn't think you was funny. So I'm just gonna tell you.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What's going on? Well, fuck it, I want to hear a joke then. Joke on me.
Oh my god.
Hey, man.
Bag on him, please. Please bag on him, please.
Shit.
Hey, yo, Wack, you a wild nigga.
I bag on
Let him bag on.
Wack be having me crying.
I don't know what's going on.
I want to hear some
I don't know what's going on.
What's her name? What's
going on?
Where she go? Where you at? I'm looking for you. Don't run up in here. Where you at? I'm looking for you. Where you at?
No, that's what nigga saying, bro.
Well, where you at then? Then where you at then?
Isolation.
Where you at then? Is that you, Jay Renee?
What you talking about? You think I'm
Well, what's up?
What's
what
up?
you talking about, your little foot ass? What's up?
Look, if you bump.
What? What you talking about?
Hey, Wack, I'll take your fave for her. I'll take her fave.
Now, hold on. Now, I'm talking.
Quiet.
I'm trying to see what's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? What you talking about?
You talking to somebody salt and pepper over here on the coop pot, baby.
Nah, I use pepper and salt in that order.
Round one.
I'm seasoned over here, baby. This ain't no little mediocre little situation over here, baby. We real.
I know it ain't mediocre. I ain't saying nothing about it being mediocre. You got a big old smile too.
Well, I use that word because it's a big word in this word, the sentence that I just used.
Then spell it then, damn it. Spell it then, because I damn sure don't know how.
Mediocre. M-E-D-I.
Oh. I see you, sister. I just followed your Instagram and your page. I see.
Oh, thank you, baby. Hey.
I see. See, y'all need to learn something from me, man. Ain't nothing but having a little spice in the room, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Tell them one more time.
Nothing wrong with having a little spice in the room.
Your spice is fire, though.
Cayenne pepper here. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Your spice is fire, though.
Tonight,
it ain't no little fire. It's a big fire.
Y'all did a damn good job. I'm talking about Keita. I am so proud of you. If she's not in here, y'all let her know that J. Renee Flowers. She conducted herself like a woman should.
Keita ass crazy
Time for
in the
niggas to get out of this bitch. She kicked their ass away.
Keita crazy. That's you, Yoshi. Fuck your Bitcoin account, nigga.
Yo, speaking of Bitcoin, look, I'm about to start trading this week again and getting on this cryptocurrency. So I am about to be.
All right, I'll call you.
Get it, mama.
What you doing?
I'll call you.
Hey, yo, do they take food stamps?
yeah. Nigga, I wish they did for crypto, nigga. What?
See,
I'm letting niggas know right now. If you got food stamps on my nigga, anybody got food stamps on low, I'm coming to get them. I still buy that shit.
Hey, fact. If you got food stamps, I'm buying them.
Hey, where y'all playing? Y'all need to start
Somebody selling food stamps.
I heard niggas ain't doing half no more.
Hold on.
No, they don't do half no more.
Yeah, no, nigga, we need full value now, nigga. Because they're getting that food.
One for one.
What's up? Hold on. One mic. Brother Omar. What's up with you, Omar?
Hey, tell them why they playing snatch up that Cardano and XRP while it's cheap.
Hey, y'all heard?
What's up? That's the Yoshi talk.
And they better
That's
go
the
on their
Yoshi
cheap.
talk. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that was way over my head.
Tell them they better go on their cheap, but right now while it's cheap.
Yeah, it is.
Yoshi, what's that? Cardano and XRP. What's that?
Oh yeah, XRP is that's basically a whack. You ever heard of Ethereum?
Yeah.
So the guy that one of the guys that created Ethereum, he's leading that project, Cardano.
I'm telling you.
And it's basically they just launched their smart contract protocol. So it's basically like Ethereum now. So it's cheap. It's only like $1. Where it's at $2.30 right now.
Yeah,
It's one of the
I'm telling you right
classic
now,
coins, so it's like one of the beginners.
That Dogecoin gonna be the next Bitcoin. You better get on that right now. That shit cheap. Elon
Was
Musk.
that Omar?
Yeah, it's Omar.
Dogecoin is up and down.
Yeah, it is, but it's projected to go up there. It's gonna be like the next
Bitcoin was up and down too when it first started.
But you gotta
believe in the process, baby. You gotta trust the process.
But you gotta
tell people like this: when you're doing crypto, that's like a savings account, bro. Like, don't even know that it's there. Just pay attention to it. Because you gotta, it's a way, bro. It's a process. You gotta trust the process with it.
Yeah, but
there's
specific times that when you put in, you're definitely sure to see a profit. But when Dogecoin is not making profit, don't put money in that shit because you're just gonna lose money.
Nah.
Like, all you gotta do is send me the money and I'm gonna handle your crypto account.
Nigga, who I look like? That nigga just left this room.
That's why I was just about to say that. Didn't we just have a room about this shit?
Nigga, do I look like Joyner Lucas?
Hold up, let me hold $5.
Oh, you can get. I'll give you that. That way I ain't gotta worry about.
Wait, you still owe me $50?
Well, you still owe me. You ain't paid me. Let's start a room about how you owe me.
Damn.
Let's start that room.
Okay.
Surviving whack.
Listen, I got something for you, Chance.
We gonna put surviving whack.
What?
Like Ashley said.
What?
Chance.
Yeah, I'm about to start a room about how you owe me.
I owe you, you'll never be broke.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to start a room by why Wack ain't ran me my money. That's the name of the
Long as I owe you, you'll never be
This
broke.
nigga said if I owe you, you'll never be broke. Nigga, I'm broke and you owe me 50,000. Didn't I give you 50,000?
Didn't I just tell you mute your mic with your great value lawn looking ass? I could mute my
Damn. All the fellas, bro.
Well,
the
I
female
will say
kick off the
this.
bag and you better click it off.
Wack don't owe nobody no money but me because he said he was gonna give me 100,000 if I beat 42 Doug ass. So where my money? Because I'm ready for the fact.
You gotta convince that nigga to get in the ring.
He owe me though.
But get it, you taller than him.
Damn.
By a lot.
Well, I'm short as fuck.
Hey, don't play with no height. Don't play with height. Don't play with height.
You know how I'm looking for the leverage test.
Hey, 42
We don't be
Doug
talking about no
is
height.
he ain't no pro. I fuck with the little nigga. He a little wild. So
But
wild.
you the nigga that offered me 100 bands to beat his ass.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did. I was in the room.
I said I
Yes, you did.
That's all I said.
You for 100 bands. You said 100 bands.
I said I think
We heard it.
I heard you, nigga.
Hey, somebody record this real quick. Record it.
I heard you.
Real quick, record it.
I think she can whoop it, but he, you know.
You backpedaling.
What happened